Hello, everybody. Welcome to this video. I'm Christian Klausner, your astrologer, and I want to give you a sneak peek into what's coming for the rest of January here in 2026, because it's really going to cause what happens in February based on the thoughts we think, the words we say, the language we use, and the feelings that we allow to really uh, happen in our body, the feelings that we indulge in. And so here's the scoop for what's coming. All right. We got all these planets in Aquarius. We have them all meeting with Pluto. Sun, Mercury, Venus, they already met with Pluto here, but Mars is still here to meet with Pluto on Tuesday, January 27th. And what Aquarius rules are people, networks, humanity, revolutions. Aquarius rules the ankles. Ankles turn in all the weird directions to cause us to change directions when we're walking. And so the ankles are these weird moving, pivoting sort of bones that allow the foot to tilt and change and adapt to changing terrain. And of course, Aquarius rules people. Aquarius rules the differences that people have, the strangeness of people, and how we're all different and unique and strange, relatively strange to one another because of the differences. And you're gonna like this is gonna be a time where you're really meeting with the strangeness of people. And this is just a time to completely reinvent yourself, reinvent how you expect things to go socially, reinvent the type of friends that you vibe with if you want to do that, because all these planets, as we move through January, by the end of January, we'll have the moon in Cancer with Jupiter, which is nice, really nice energy. And then all these Aquarius planets are going to reach this odd quincunx angle to Jupiter. So there will be this awkwardness feeling if you're not really taking care of yourself, if you're still like trying to take care of others or take care of their perceptions of you instead of really just taking care of you and doing what is good for you and what you got to do for you, because that's going to be the place where you attract the right kinds of people into your life. Is if you're doing the right thing for you and honoring that, that sets you up to then attract everything that is going to be in support of that. Now, if you attract some backlash at the start of that, people saying, "Oh, why are you doing this all for you? Why are you being so selfish?" Blah, blah, blah. They're just revealing to you your old self. So just look at it with detachment and realize that there's a lag on the external realm catching up with the internal realm. The more you persist in your self-respect, in doing what's right for you and loving that timeline, the more the external will eventually mold around you and change that. But these planets are in Aquarius are coming here in early February, to square Uranus. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. And with the ruler of all this Aquarius energy, would you just look at all these Aquarius planets? In the late degrees of Taurus, this is heavily about upgrading your self-worth, upgrading your self-image. Taurus is everything to do with money and what we like to attract and what we value. And so this is going to be challenged by people in your life. And the challenge is the blessing, because the challenge is going to be to rewrite your script internally, how you talk to yourself, what you say about things. And I'm going to give you some tools that you can use to do that, to work with this energy. But just understand that this huge square here, which is the last Aquarius, Uranus, Taurus square that we're going to experience before Uranus actually moves into Gemini, this is going to be the time to really lean into a whole new reinvention of self, reinvention of your priorities, of what you value, and how that gets communicated to others, okay? So this first initial square is going to be around February 4th when Mercury squares Uranus. So early February, we're really going to feel this intensely. Venus then squares Uranus on the 7th and 8th. Okay, so just know that, like, you don't have to remember these dates, but just know that the challenge is going to be to break free from an old self, especially when you see that old self mirrored through other people. But this is about, really reimagining who you can be. Who do you want to be? What do you want to be? What do you want to do? What state of being do you just want to exist in? And don't let the 3D external world, this Taurus 3D world, the physical, convince you that the way it's been is the way it has to be. Remember, Aquarius is about the future, and Uranus is trying to bring us into the future in the 3D. If we can just open our minds and have a new perception about it. So with Saturn at the last degrees of Pisces and Neptune, goes into Pisces on January 25th, this is the last dose of this Saturn, Neptune, Pisces energy. This is the last time we will feel it for another freaking 30 years for Saturn. And for Neptune, we're never going to have Neptune and Pisces in our lives again unless we live longer than 200 years. So please know that this is the metamorphosis. Excuse me. Neptune goes into Aries on the 26th, I'm seeing here in the morning. Okay, so this is the time to put the work, Saturn, put the work into imagining, Pisces, a new self. And the challenges, the iron sharpening iron is going to happen here in early February. And we just got to be prepared for that. And so here's what I'd recommend, right? You're trying to change your self-concept because the self-concept is what manifests everything around you. Not the planets, your self-concept. The planets show us the cosmic weather, the energy that we're moving through. So we can look at the forecast and be like, okay, these are the challenges up ahead. These are the opportunities through the challenges. Every challenge is there to provide a reward, right? It's like in a video game, you level up, and with the new level comes a new ability, a new strength, a new way to move in the video game, right? Maybe you can jump higher. Now you can get to new places. Or maybe you can do fireballs now, and so you can burn through the spider web that was blocking the cave, which has a new treasure that you can get to, right? Life is a video game. It's all about progression. This is why depression feels the worst, because it feels like there's no progression. It feels like it's hopeless, blah, blah, blah. So focus on the future you want to create. Mercury is moving toward the North Node, which, if you don't know, the North Node points to where we're evolving into, where new things are coming in. And Pisces is this imaginal realm of mythical fantasy of whatever we want it to be. And that's life. Life is literally whatever we want it to be. It's not just, oh, that's what it is. No, it's like God is constantly dreaming up new animals and new plants, and human beings are also dreaming up new things. It's like one person had to have the idea for a skyscraper before it became a skyscraper. You're going to have the idea of the new life you want to have before you have it. And this February, this is the time to do it, especially with Saturn here in Pisces for the last little bit. So Saturn goes into Aries officially on February 13th, okay, in the afternoon. And once Saturn and Neptune are in Aries, this is us pioneering into a new concept of human beings over the next 3 years with Saturn there, and really over the next 14 years, or around there, with Neptune and Aries. Okay. So, my God, as we go through like the years ahead, right? This is going to be a changing world because of how human beings have changed their own concept of who they are. We're going to change the way we live in it massively, especially by 2039. I mean, by the 2030s, when Uranus comes into Cancer and we have Saturn there in Cancer as well, there's going to be a massive change on how we make Earth our home and what that looks like for us. But Neptune's going to be in Aries until looks like 2040. So that's about 14 years, isn't it? So we're going to go on this wild ride. And February is like, all right, buckle up psychically. Psychically buckle up in the car, your dream car. Psychically, put on zipper up on your dream coat. Do it all mentally, do it all psychically, because you're the cause. Because the cause is inside of you, it's not external to you. And this is the time to know that, because then when people challenge you, you can inwardly stick with that conviction. When people say, "Oh, you're never going to make it," you can say, "That's what you think." Right? You just don't even go into their frame. You just stay outside their frame. "Oh, this is cute. You're on a little self-development journey, Rebecca." And Rebecca, you just sit there and you go, "Is that what you call it?" You're just unfazed. And remember, it's not about what you say. It's not about how you respond. I mean, it's really not about what is said, the mannerism, the tone, none of that. It's the place that it's coming from, which of course determines how you respond. But it's not about what is said or what you do or where you go. It's just the place you're existing in right here in your heart. Okay, the kingdom of heaven is within you. It's within you. And you have to trust that. You have to know that the cause is in you. The external is a world of effects. It's not real. The best teacher of who the old you is the 3D realm and what's happening in there. So just don't worry about anything. Because you worrying is you putting faith into the fears. It's giving strength to the fears. Just work on your self-concept. When people do things too, just rephrase it in your mind. Someone's mean to you or whatever, cheats on you or whatever, just go, "Nope." Just say, "Nope. I'm loved. I'm whole. I'm perfectly loved." And just feel that love within you. And remember it's there, realize it's there. And the external can only reflect the previous causes. So you just take responsibility and go, "Yeah, maybe there was a time where I wasn't fully loving of myself, and now this reflection is catching up to me. But I know that in reality, I am love and I can only experience love. I've always been loved. I always will be." And just rewrite the past like that so that you can focus on being in that bright state in the present, which will bring you to the future that you want to have. And this is how it works. It works. Just believe in it. Believe in yourself. This is the time to work through self-belief issues, especially at the time of filming this with Neptune still in Pisces. But it's never too late, you guys, especially as we get on this roller coaster here, where in the next decade, we're going to have all the outer planets in yang signs and masculine signs and external focus signs, fire and air signs, which are all external masculine, focused on the external realm. This is going to be the decade of the extrovert. And so be introvert in the way of figuring out how you really see yourself, how you perceive your world. What is your concept of self? And what are you going to do when you have everything you want? What's that version of you doing, thinking, being? And remember, gratitude anchors the sin. Just say, I'm so grateful that I have everything I want now. I'm so grateful to live in where I would love to live. I'm so grateful to live in a place where I love being. I'm so grateful that this is now the best day of my life. When you go to bed at night, say, tomorrow is the day when I became what? What do you want to be? Tomorrow is the day when I became. See how is brings it into the present and became puts it into the past? And tomorrow is this thing in the future. You can fuse all three together to create the state of being, of fulfillment now, which is the key. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Subscribe, like the video. Thank you. See you soon. Bye-bye.